Hey there YouTube, Webcam 9000 here today to give you a review of new iTunes 9 that Apple launched yesterday at their keynote. I want to start straight away with the iTunes Store. As you can see, it's a brand new layout. It looks a lot simpler. It hasn't got a grey background anymore, but it's much easier to navigate around. First of all, you get your music. Obviously, you can flick through all your albums like so. And click on any one of them. Of course, you can go singles, so you can see all the singles of that are fairly recent in the charts. I don't really follow that much popular music, I'm hastened to add, but there you go. And of course, you've got the advertisements and whatnot. So you know, if you click on one of those, it takes you to whatever they're advertising, like the new Fast and Furious game that they've got on going. I don't know, perhaps it doesn't take me too Fast and Furious. Yeah, oh well. Going back, your films, the latest films and whatnot, what they suggest. Oh, Yes Man. Brilliant film. I do suggest that you watch it. You can either click the film and you'll be greeted with what was very similar in iTunes 8 with a page for the film. So you get reviews at the bottom, what people bought along with it. How much it costs and how much it is to rent, and you can view the trailer, which then pops out into a new separate video to play the trailer like that. And I don't want to play too much, obviously, because of copyright infringement, so I will stop that right there. But if you go back, here's a good bit which I really like. It's a good addition. If I go back to Yes Man, you can see a little play button in the corner, and if you press play, you don't even have to go onto the page to view the trailer. You can just view it there, and then from here you can either buy it or rent it, or then go to the actual page and write a review. So that is fantastic. It's a really, really good addition. Of course, you can do this to music. Oh no, you can get information on music, which opens up in a little window very similar to the movies one. You can't move it around, but if you click play, this is very similar to the iPhone or iPod Touch. If you're on the iTunes Store there, you can press play and you can see the little ring, and it'll go round and it'll play that as a demo. And you can buy everything. You can buy the entire album from here, or you can buy single tracks. And it's just fantastic. So they pop out in little windows. So they've basically made the iTunes Store so much simpler to navigate around. Of course, obviously you can see buy there, so you can buy it within this little bit here. So yes. Ooh, quick side note: iPod Touch software or iPhone software 3.1. If you haven't already got it, I suggest you do get it. It doesn't really give you that much of an update, but it just adds genius to the App Store, which is a real good addition actually. That's why I didn't really bother with a video on it, because it was just that one new feature. I've accidentally clicked on that. But of course you can press the you can play videos in the little thing here as well. Plays a preview for TV shows. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I mean, if you want to go into a TV show, you can. If you just press the TV show name, it'll negate you right there. So there you go, Torchwood. Quite a good series actually. And obviously all your views, just like you do get with the film. I will just show you with an album. Let me just flick right up to the top. So this is the Muse's new album. And it's an iTunes LP, which I'll come to in a second. But obviously, yeah, you can play the track and get the little square circle, so you can play it, preview it, just like you can on the iPhone or iPod Touch, and it's very similar. So everything's quite similarly laid out. And if it has the little iTunes LP in the corner, you get like a digital booklet, you get a video of the making of it, and you get the tracks, you get a lot of extra content basically. It's like you're buying a physical CD, which is really, really nice. They've also made it a lot easier. As you can see here at the top, there's a little arrow downwards over music, films, TV programs, apps, podcasts, audiobooks, and iTunes U. If you click that, you can choose all the different sort of genres, if you will. Works with films as well, TV programs, the App Store. anything, you know. And if I just click on music, I'm a musician myself actually, so I go check this regularly. So you know, and then it'll take you here, which is really good. It's quite easy to navigate, or you can just click podcasts or something like that, and it'll take you right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the iTunes Store. Nothing more added there. I will quit that. That seems to be taking quite some time for some reason. Ah, there we go. Right. But I will move off of that. Okay, so the next thing I actually want to show you is the interface. I was going to sort of show this off first, but as you can see now, it's a lot sort of whiter, more glassy. I like to consider it sort of glassy anyway. It's a lot more reflective and whatnot. It looks quite nice. Quite a nice little touch. You know, all the things down here, all the icons have changed slightly, and it all just looks a lot sleeker. So everything, you can view your apps quite nicely as well. Actually, I did notice that the apps seem to load fairly slowly if you had iTunes 8, but they seem to have fixed that now. I don't know where the ringtones are in the iTunes Store, but I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. I might add like a little bit at the end if I do find it. Of course, you've got your radio. One thing they have added, which is quite nice, is the ability to move the applications around on your iPod Touch or iPhone on your computer. So obviously, I can move this clock there. There go, and it'll be when I next sync it'll be there. I don't want it there. I like it there. I like having it all arranged. This is giving you a little preview into my app collection. But obviously, you can then let's say I want to delete an app. What app do I want to delete? Let's just go there. You can delete it, and then it'll just remove it next time you sync it. So it's fairly basic, and you know, you can obviously go through anything like that, and it's really quite good. So I do like that. It's a fantastic feature. It makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I've used it several times already, so I do suggest you get iTunes 9 purely for that. Oh, that's interesting. I've software version 3.1.1. I thought it was just 3.1. No worries. Home sharing, which I haven't set up yet. Don't apply. But obviously, if you type in your account information here and then go to another computer which has iTunes, you can share music, films, podcasts, everything. So you can basically move it from one computer to the other, and it will copy it over the home sharing, and you can copy it to your library. I haven't actually got that set up. I don't actually have another Mac in the house. My mum has a Dell desktop one, which is pretty slow. But I won't go into that. I don't want to, you know, bitch about Dell computers. I've had a bad experience with Dell computers recently, actually. Okay, then Genius. You've got the normal sort of Genius playlist sort of you get, which you had in iTunes 8. But now we've got Genius Mixes. Now I used this today, and it's fantastic. It gives you a 4x3 grid of like little squares with album artwork in it. Obviously, you can see here alternative mix, rock mix, soundtrack mix, pop mix, soundtrack mix 2, jazz mix, pop mix 2, rock mix 2, classical mix, books and spoken, soundtrack mix, and soundtrack 4 mix. And basically, it's fantastic. It basically it doesn't give you a playlist. If I click play, it plays a song, but it won't give you the actual playlist that it's going to go through. It just shuffles every random playlist for alternative. Obviously, I have a lot of alternative music. That's my preferred genre at the moment. So that's the first one. But then, of course, I've got rock. You know, it goes through all the rock, and it just continues. I mean, I was using it today at school when I was working, and it was just seamless, you know, and I loved it. I was listening to tracks that I'd never heard of before. I mean, you know, I've heard of them, but hadn't listened to them much, and actually I like quite a few new tracks now. So it's a brilliant way to rediscover your music, which is originally why they set it up. So that is about it for the meantime. Hopefully I've given you an insight to what my sort of music library is like. I have a lot of Coldplay stuff. The playlists remain the same, actually, just to quickly point out. So yeah, you can go through all that. You know, this sort of layout's exactly the same, except you get the sort of glassy effect, the background. But other than that, not much change. Apple, don't like change, they like tweaking at the moment, so yeah, that's about it. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MercuryOllie with a capital M, capital O, 1 L in Ollie, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.